Hello, this is Sherrod Seward, sports and entertainment immigration attorney. And today I am talking about some nuances with the P1 visa application, namely the requirement for a consultation letter. What is that? A consultation letter can serve kind of two purposes. One, in circumstance, it means a letter from the labor association that is associated with the industry that you're in, to get a letter that one says they have no objection to the foreign national participating in that particular industry, saying it will not hurt the domestic workforce. And then second, it's good if it gives accolades to confirm that the candidate has accolades that are worthy of the visa in the first place, basically saying they're good at what they do. And the question comes up a lot that there's a lot of sports, which is most of them, where there is no labor organization. So there's nowhere to get a consultation letter. And if you get an adjudication officer on your case that is unfamiliar with the sport or just being a jerk, they can go ahead and ask for this consultation letter, even when there's no place to get one, or ask you to prove that there's no place to get one. And there's a couple ways to attack this. One is, when is it absolutely necessary and what to do about that? Well, in certain sports such as soccer, football, and basketball, there are the MLS Players Association, the National Basketball Players Association, and the NFL Players Association, where they are labor unions that do issue consultation letters. So you really can't say that there isn't a consultation letter, a labor union that doesn't exist. So if you happen to find yourself doing a visa for a player in this realm that's professional and how to get around it, what you say is just ask them for it. And usually they'll either not respond or they'll say, we only do consultation letters for people under contract. And that's enough to show that they will not issue one. A bigger problem comes when they do give you one and it says, yes, this team gives a consultation letter for this player, which will complicate the visa application more if they just said nothing, right? In other sports, you can be strategic about it. For example, mixed martial arts, there is no one governing body of the sport, really, and then there is no labor union. And it's easy to document because you can go on Google MMA talent union, and you'll see a lot of articles come up to say why they should have a union, but they don't. But sometimes it can be good to get it from the federation, a letter from the federation where the other athlete comes from, because there's a criteria under the P1 eligibility portion that asks as if there's a letter from the governing body of the sport that speaks to the international recognition of the athlete. In that case, you can argue both. So like, hey, there's no labor union, but we're introducing this letter from the national governing body of the sport as one of the eligibility criteria. And you can kind of paint a picture, kind of saying it's a consultation letter, even though there's no labor union, just to try to avoid the RFE. And that happens a lot. But the real way around it is to just Google labor union, that sport, kind of screen print the page. Also go to the list of organizations that USCIS lists on their website. Print that out too. Say we didn't find it there. We didn't find it in Google. And if there's articles out there that talk about why there's no labor union, you can use that as well. But at the same time, strategically, if there's organizations out there that aren't labor unions, but they're friendly to you and they are credible as far as being a governing body of the sport, you can, one, use that to cover that under the eligibility criteria, but also try to give language like, hey, we're introducing this as a consultation letter, just to try to scoot that past without giving a request for evidence on that application. But either way, that's how we go about it. And I hope that's helpful to you. Always glad to share our information and experience with the industry and the people out there trying to come home. So until next time, have a great one.